the interesting thing about kind of what's happening right now on iOS is that actually 95% of people don't spend money on free-to-play games. And actually the most successful games are those where 95% of people don't spend money, but 5% do. And they do so kind of in a way that is much more than they would pay for a console game because they're just so passionate about it. And that's the big advantage of the free-to-play business model is that those players that feel really passionate about a game can spend much more money than they would do for a console game. And the other big advantage is just distribution. I mean, you get to a much, much larger number of people when you have a free game. And there's pretty compelling evidence now that actually free is the winning business model.
Oh, that's nonsense. Well, I mean, it might be winning for you, but you know, I mean, some games you can't put out free. You can't spend, you know, you can't make Halo 4 and the amount of man hours and the amount of time that, but you can't put that out free. Seriously.
You can. I mean, they're good examples. If you look at League of Legends, for example, probably has a similar.
Yeah, but I've played that game. It's a horrible game because the first minute you play, you get adverts popping up saying, "Hey, you want to come to our store?" And you think, "No." Sorry, I forgot we're streaming this. You know what I mean? I mean, you could do, but why would you want to? I mean, I know that's a huge market, and you've done well with Horsey. But I mean, if you want to play, also for $1,000, you could buy your own horse. Why are these people spending $1,000 buying hats for a virtual horse? They could have a stable. But I think obviously that's a huge new market. Clearly that is for everyone, but at the same time, there are people who are happy to pay money for those games and want that game experience at home, don't want to subsidise it by advertising, and don't necessarily want to have to visit an in-game store. As a parent, for example, and my children are getting older now, but surely I want them to have a game. For example, you buy a kid a game as a gift. You know, you buy a Lego Batman. It's a great gift. It's a great game. They're going to get hours and hours to play at it. I don't want them to come knocking me up and saying, I need to buy a new hat. You know, I don't want that. I actively do not want that. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it, but I do not want that in my life.
But your kids will also have other hobbies that they spend money on.
But that's
like
not the point.
Scouts
We're not talking about their other
else.
hobbies. We're talking about games and freemium.
Games become their
lifestyle. So specifically within that market, if that was a freemium game, and I know that's making you go even wider, but if that was a freemium game, then I would have to deal with that as a parent. And I think there's absolutely a market for it. As I said, my wife has played your horse game for hours, and she loves it, and it's a great game. So I can see the downside of it, but at the same time, I don't understand why the two of you seem to think that we should have only the one model.